In the weeks before the Soviet summer offensive, known as Operation Bagration, German occupation forces in Belarus began to sense that their control over the countryside was weakening. On maps, the Red Army still appeared far away, but reality on the ground suggested otherwise. Villages that had remained outwardly quiet under occupation were becoming subtly hostile, and signs of organized resistance were increasingly difficult to ignore. One revealing incident occurred near a small Belarusian village situated along secondary supply routes used by German armored units. During a routine patrol at dawn, German officers discovered a newly dug anti-tank ditch cutting across open farmland. Stretching hundreds of meters, it was positioned with clear tactical intent, designed to block or divert vehicles into unfavorable terrain. Engineers quickly noted that constructing such an obstacle would normally require trained troops, heavy tools, and considerable time. Yet the ditch had not existed the previous evening. Initial suspicions focused on Soviet engineer units infiltrating behind German lines. Further investigation, however, pointed to a far more troubling reality. The work had been carried out by local civilians. Acting under guidance from partisan groups operating in nearby forests, villagers had organized a coordinated effort during the night. Using farm tools and improvised equipment, they worked silently, carefully timing their movements to avoid German patrols. Women, elderly men, and teenagers took part in the labor. When patrols approached, the workers hid in tall grass, haystacks, or outbuildings, resuming only after the danger passed. By morning, the field had been transformed into a functional defensive obstacle, integrated into a broader partisan plan. Questioned by German officers, the villagers denied any knowledge of the construction. No witnesses were identified, and no tools were found. Reconnaissance soon revealed that the ditch was only one element of a larger defensive network. Along the forest edges, German scouts uncovered concealed trenches, camouflaged foxholes, makeshift barricades, and booby traps placed along likely approach routes. These were not isolated acts of sabotage, but part of a deliberate system linked to partisan intelligence and Soviet operational planning. The effects were immediate. A German armored column attempting to move through the area was forced into nearby marshland, where several vehicles became immobilized. Partisan fighters, supported by pre-positioned explosives, launched ambushes that inflicted losses and delayed the advance. These delays proved critical, buying valuable time for advancing Soviet forces to close in. German reports from the period expressed growing alarm. Officers described the local population as disciplined and unexpectedly capable, noting that occupation control in rural Belarus was rapidly collapsing. By the time Soviet spearheads reached the region, German positions were already compromised. The episode underscored a hard truth of the Eastern Front. The war was no longer fought by armies alone, but by entire communities acting in quiet defiance.